Hello, everyone, and welcome back to No More Heroes Travis Strikes Again. We slightly skipped a little bit of the DLC because the first DLC pack, which lets you play as Shinobu, is just a visual novel backstory for Badman, which we don't necessarily need to go over. You can just look that up.
Why would that
But this
be
is
in a DLC for Shinobu?
because she doesn't have any story significance.
Well, I was gonna see you
She's just
say
a playable
playable
character.
character, but it's only visual novel stuff.
Well, for the first pack, this leads to a level.
Oh, okay. But what are we missing though? Because because we decided to skip this because if it's nothing but a part of visual novel, I mean we already struggled through that anyway.
That was 30 minutes
Like,
long. We should also
yeah,
mention. So
yeah. But can we at least get like a Cliff Notes version of it?
Um, Badman's a piece of shit, and he went through a lot of shit, and he got contracted by the Killer 7 guy
Buy
to
the
go.
game.
There's not a lot to really say. It's just kind of what was Badman doing before the Killer 7 guy contacted him, and that was being a jerk to people. I don't know why it took half an hour to do so, but whatever.
Oh, I
Ah,
recognize this theme. This is from No More Heroes 2.
hi
Yeah.
Shinobu. Are we actually playing as someone other than Travis for these parts?
No. I'm sorry. This is her boss theme in No More Heroes 1.
No, we're playing as Travis still.
That's kind of lame.
nobody likes him.
Well, I
one of the
mean,
main
if we're
character.
playing the DLC, we might as well play as the DLC character. But
Well, this DLC pack lets you play as Bad Girl, so
The dog or the girl?
the girl.
ah,
Damn.
Spoiler: we fix her at the end of this.
Oh, okay.
Also, hi Henry.
Henry. I don't see you for a while, and all of a sudden you're sporting a new personality, huh? They say summer vacation helps kids grow up. It's basically something like that. Okay. Uh,
But this is post game.
Yep.
You know, Travis is back on his RV.
Yep.
And now we got the core characters, the ones that you probably care about, making their triumphant return just in time for a epilogue / prologue to No More Heroes 3.
Sorta, yeah. The thing is, if you get the physical version of Travis Strikes Again, it actually comes with the DLC, which is nice. So
ah.
I'm
might-
not sure how expensive those go for now, but
I might try to hunt down a used copy with some store credit sometime. Maybe.
if you
Well,
find
is
one,
it-
I don't think they made that many of them.
Is the DLC on the cart or is it like
It's
a code?
it's a download, but it's a free download.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, if they have the code, then if you're buying it used, you'll have to pay for the DLC anyway.
Maybe I'm not sure if it's tied to the code or because the Switch can read if it's a digital version or if it's a card version.
It can, but I feel like you would still need a code in order to. download it.
Probably, I think so.
Depends. It might just, check the cart, see the cart, and then download the DLC to the update. It's weird. What? What? What's this now?
Uh,
Did Henry get himself an Organization 13?
Hi, Greg.
Hey, Uncle's playing Smash Bros. Let me go see how he's doing, actually.
Like right now.
You call yourself a ninja, Shinobu. Come on. So like, I just bet out there somewhere in Japan there's an actual like girl called Shinobu, but instead of being into ninjas, she hates ninjas and is really into samurai.
I mean, probably.
It'd be that kind of punny naming that I think the Japanese really like, though.
I feel like that happens a lot with people, though. Like, you give them a certain name, and then people will assume, like, oh, like for example, like if you name your kid Michael and you just happen to be, a Jordan, then you're Michael Jordan, you must love basketball, right? And then that kid probably grows up hating basketball with every fiber of his being.
I don't know. It worked well for Michael B. Jordan.
Well, he had to add the B to his name to get away from that.
You're probably right.
I feel a slight amount of pity right now for every person in the real world who was ever named Harry Potter.
Until Harry Potter came out, though, I was not aware Potter was the last name.
It is. Harry Potter himself was named after someone named Harry Potter. So, yeah. Yeah, I think so, anyway. I might be remembering that wrong. What? Wait, what?
Yeah, plot.
Shinobu, have you, like, absorbed Travis's weeaboo factor? Because you're talking a lot more like an anime
that was literally what
character
she
than
was.
I'm used to.
That was what she was trying to do in 2. Remember?
Right. But she was doing it wrong. Now she's actually sounding like an anime character.
Yeah, it's a character development.
She's better at it than he is, but that's a low bar.
Wait, is being better at being a weeb a good thing or a bad thing?
Not sure. I mean, it's a little less humiliating when you can pull the effect off with grace. And, you know, she naturally has that hair, so maybe she was built for it? I mean, she can use a katana unironically and not look pathetic doing it. That's something.
Okay, how much of this part is visual novel?
A lot.
We skipped over.
That beats the whole thing.
We skipped over the original part 24 because it was nothing but visual novel.
Yeah, that's why I suggested we skip it, because she had another part right after it that was mostly visual novel.
So then why
So
did we skip
she
this
runs-
part?
Because this one leads into an actual level.
Oh.
Also, it's Shinobu. People care more about Shinobu than
Yeah,
Batman.
the bad man's story ultimately doesn't really matter.
So
all
when
that
she
much.
started a dojo
Yes.
and she teaches kids, I'm guessing this is a.
What the hell
guilt?
is this us thing?
You and Travis is
Because
confused.
you know the thing you kind of got to remember about Shinobu is that she did straight up fucking murder an entire classroom
It seems like
because she mistook Travis for someone else.
It seems like Shinobu's been playing a little too much Dead or Alive as Hitomi, and heard her say the word us a lot before fights, and decided that sounded better than Moe. Yeah, that's my headcanon now. Okay.
Visual novel fight.
What? Wait, what? I thought...
Wait,
Who's Mr. Blackhole?
What?
Mr. Wormhole.
Together they're the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I was just looking at the same thing, damn it.
That'd be funnier...
Suck all your ideas up through the black hole.
That'd be funnier if the whole wormhole black hole comparison wasn't more comparable to Disney than Warner Brothers. But I'll straight up erase your ass from existence.
what the hell is supposed to... Never mind, I don't... Where are their nipples?
They're wearing
I
like
think they're in.
full body tight suits. It looks like.
I don't know, to me it looks like they just...
One of the things that I've noticed in anime and manga is that when the Japanese portray American superheroes, they portray the things they find weirdest about them most prominently, and one of the things they find weirdest about them is the skin-tight latex kind of costumes.
I mean, it is weird, but mostly just because a lot of the people who made those old superheroes had like a lot of weird sexual things going on, and I'm not even like
No,
making...
that's mostly just the Wonder Woman creators.
Oh, okay. I knew it was a Wonder Woman thing. I thought it
The
was
Wonder Woman
something-
creators were very weird, especially for their time.
I've heard stories.
If you want to know why Wonder Woman gets tied up in basically every issue of those Golden Age issues, that's why.
There's a whole movie about it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Batman was conceptualized because someone what the fuck.
Wonder Woman's evolution over the years is kind of interesting, but somehow she wound up being an iconic feminist icon. It's a bizarre sequence of evolution to think about.
Oh, right, those guys.
Death and Drive. Wait, what?
Wait, were those two actual aliens? Because they look like wrestlers to me. I thought they were wrestlers.
They can be wrestler aliens.
I mean,
suppose.
the next game has aliens as the bad guys, so maybe this was a tease.
Okay, so this is all. Well, I figured the DLC was just all to the giant tease for No More Heroes 3.
Not quite.
Not quite. Why? Does it just have like a plot that resolves by the end of this?
More or less, yeah.
Notorious. Huh. I didn't know Conor McGregor was in this game.
Notorious DLC.
God damn it.
Okay.
This is the ultimate swerve. You realize we say we skipped the part of visual novel, and we're doing another part of visual novel.
Yeah, that's why we skipped it.
When is Shinobu gonna be back on screen? Okay.
There she is.
There you are.
Master, I think you're attracting them somehow. It makes sense if you think of it that way. Is such a Japanese phrase that doesn't make sense in English. That's one of those cases where there's a common phrase that they would say in Japanese, and when they translate it to English, it comes out as this thing that no one who actually speaks English would ever say at the end of a sentence. But it's the only accurate translation of what was said, so they have to do it.
Believe it.
No, that's not quite what I'm talking about. Believe it was just an English stand-in for a word that has no translation in English. These kind of phrases are more like idiom that exists in Japanese but does not exist in English. So, whenever a common thing you'll see in translations is they'll explain something and then they'll say in other words and then they'll explain it again, and that makes no sense in English because we don't need a simpler wording to explain the same thing, because there is no simpler wording than the wording they already used. But in Japanese, that might make sense because there's more than one way to explain something, and the other way they used to explain it might actually be easier to follow, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Can you be a little more specific? Because you lost me.
It's hard to...
In simpler words, blank.
It has to do, I think, with the way Japanese grammar works, so it's difficult to explain to an English speaker using English words. But very, very...
All right, so...
very, very frequently in Japanese, they'll explain something and then re-explain it immediately after they explain it. You see it a hell of a lot in light novels.
in simpler terms, language differences.
Yes. But it's a language difference that results in things being said in a different way. And because of translation loyalty, when they translate it to English, they'll include the part where they re-explained it, and it comes off as super unnecessary in English because there was no language-related reason to explain it twice. You know?
It usually just comes across as bad writing.
Yeah, it comes off as very stilted and dry, and you see it a lot in light novels and stuff, but you also will hear it in dialogue in a Japanese game quite frequently, because it's very, very common. So it's one of those quirks of translation that I really wish they would handle in a better way than they handle it. But, yeah, there you go. Okay.
So they became huge, and then
we beat them
wrestled
anyway.
them.
Wait, Travis? No, you've never been to Kyoto. Don't bullshit me. You can't afford a trip to Japan.
I mean, I don't think Travis can afford the ramen he eats for dinner every night, but that's
Well,
never
yeah.
stopped him.
I mean, Santa Destroy's cost of living is ridiculous, and I say that as someone who lives in New Jersey. But yeah. Wait, we haven't actually found the last of the death balls?
Nope, last one for the DLC.
Oh. Did they actually, like, acknowledge within the main story that the last death ball was
Oh yeah,
DLC?
they said that one of them was fake, but he
Yeah.
didn't care.
VTuber girl. VTube. VTube. Did you get it? Because V
Also, Travis is a dad.
because V is the
Wait,
letter
what?
after you.
Wait, Travis, is that like
Oh,
his...
she's the little girl from the ending of No More Heroes 1.
Yeah.
Which they completely fucking forget about in the second game.
Yep.
Wait, so Travis actually had sex?
With Sylvia.
That's...
I mean, that was obvious. Whether or not he had a condom on, I guess, is another.
Well, no, but
mystery.
like, why would you have sex with Travis Touchdown?
Well, I don't
She
know,
did.
but
She did.
Downward fucking dog.
well,
She did say that if he reached the top of the Assassin's ranking, she would sleep
well,
with him. So
I always got the sense that No More Heroes 2 was supposed to take place between No More Heroes 1 and that scene. So it was like actually telling the story of how they legit got together.
You only have 6 million subscribers.
I still only have 6 million subscribers. The way ad revenue is going, that's actually like not a funny line of dialogue at all and is totally realistic. Or soon will be. Sigh. Oh no.
Sorry. Wait, why is she a cowboy now?
Oh no. Whenever you say welcome to the Garden of Madness, it means a massive headache for me.
It's just a tagline.
I know. It's also like a really cheesy tagline that is another thing that only really makes sense if you consider that this game was written by a Japanese dude. So it's like Western writers don't do that kind of thing much unless they're writing for little kids. Do they?
What? Welcome to the Garden of Madness?
No, just catchphrases in general.
Just catchphrases?
I
don't know.
mean-
You ever watched Mandalorian?
What? Mandalorian.
Mandalorian? Yeah.
What about Mandalorian?
The fucking dude that the Mandalorian runs into in one of the first few episodes. The one that's supposed to be Nick Nolte, I think it was. And he has a tendency of saying "I have spoken." There's like there's no reason why I would think you would do that besides
that's
this.
more of like an alien cultural verbal tick kind of thing.
Sure, but I'm kind of cynical enough to think that you just want to put that on the t-shirt.
Well, yeah,
You know.
maybe.
So it's also a marketing thing.
But there's a reason within the universe they would do that.
Right.
I'm talking more
It's
just
like
like
Mandalorian also says this is the way. Again. It makes sense within the culture of the
also that character.
the series itself.
Also, that character only sticks around for a short part of the story, so
Yeah.
him doing it doesn't wear out his welcome.
Oh, Death Metal Jr.
Oh,
The guy had a son.
or something.
Oh,
don't you
fuck?
feel bad for depriving this kid of their family, you monster?
Not really. It didn't work for Skelter Helter.
Finn, wait.
Bean.
When you said it led into a level, I assumed we'd be seeing
It,
that.
it does. It just
I lied.
Not this part.
Okay. Wait, what?
Yeah, we got the last death ball.
The last Death Ball is in DLC?
Yeah. It's just the last level.
Yeah, because they said that one of the death balls was fake.
Fake. Yeah, and Senron didn't care.
Oh.
Pay attention, people.
Okay,
I guess
so-
we'll find out the last of the part in the next part.
Yeah, I guess so.